This is Deductor bringing you Civilization VII. This is the game that I talked about in the Unicorn Overlord series. Don't worry, there will be more Unicorn Overlord. That game is just an absolute masterpiece, on par with Battle Brothers or Against the Storm. Civilization VII may not be on that level, at least not yet, but I have been enjoying it greatly. I finished 2 games, and unlike Civ 6, which I played a good amount, I could just not finish games. In the modern age, by the time you get there, I just could not handle the micromanagement and the tedium. And the thing is, I've already won by that point. So it was just not very interesting to me to play out the other 200 turns it takes to win. Whereas Civ 7, it's split into 3 ages, and you have goals to do in every age. And it's just, that system is great. So, you know what? There are like 50 million videos on Civ 7 on the internet right now. I'm not going to worry about any of that. I just do whatever I feel like doing. So that's what we're going to do. We're just going to do some Civ 7. And I'll be going on vacation soon, so there might be another break between this. One of these videos for like a week or something like that. But we'll figure that out. We'll figure all of that out. I don't do this to make money. Alright, I'll just do this because I have fun doing it. And who knows, maybe I'll get some new commenters who will trash the game. That'll be fun. My rebuttal is just look at the beautiful chickens in this game. How could you hate a game with the most beautiful farm chickens, right? That's crazy. You might notice that it says here that logging level 1 is because I'm playing this game in offline mode. I actually play quite a bit. One of the things new to this series is the characters have RPG elements and they can gain experience and level up and so forth, but that's not important. It's like a very, very minor thing. So let's start a new game, and I had specifically re-rolled the menu until I got Amina to show up because this is who I am going to play as in this game. There's a lot of numbers and a lot of talk here, but let's not worry about that. All we need to know is Amina likes gold, she likes resources, she's economic and militaristic. I don't know if I'm going to conquer people, but we're going to make money. So here are these things called mementos as you play. As you can see, there's a lot of unlocks you can do. Some people think you should just unlock everything all at once. I have no problem with that. I don't have a problem with some mode where you just unlock everything, but I also don't really care that you have to earn experience and play the game to unlock. It doesn't bother me one way or the other. I played Sword of Stars the Pit, right? That game has basically the same concept with the recipes. So I'm going to go all in on the economics here. We're going to do this Complaint to Ya Nasir to gain +1 economic attribute points, and Lydian Lion to gain 200 gold at the start of an age. Let's see how that goes for us. Is this a good choice? Is it the min-max choice? Probably not. I don't care. She seems sufficiently violent, Amina. Good for her. I don't see she's super wealthy, just super violent, but that's all right. We can go with someone a little psycho at this for the first game here. I'm gonna pick the default Civ, one of the ones that's recommended, Aksum, because it's got more combos with the resources, plus you go down resources, and you can do more trading, which is how you do get more resources as well. They also have a special improvement called a Hawilt. So with more gold and culture, as you can see, there are a lot of gold with this civilization. So let's see what we can make of this gold business. And then I'll bump the difficulty all the way up to Deity. Standard game speed, that seems good. For the map type, I've tried Continents Plus. That's a fine map. Continents, I honestly don't know what the difference is. They seem very similar. I tried Fractal. This one's fun. I quite like the maps generated by Fractal. Shuffle, I imagine, means random. Terra Incognita, at least in the previous civs, was everybody starts on one continent, and there's another continent that's completely empty. I don't know, I like that. I haven't played Archipelago, so I want to try that, especially because of her ability, which is the Civ here. The Aksum Civ has 2 unique naval units to start with. So an Archipelago map could be just the thing. Do a standard map size. Let's just get started. Oh, my poor computer. The 3080 isn't strong enough anymore.
Aksum shall perch on the gateway between worlds. May only the worthy pass and know its majesty.
More likely it's the CPU. It's not loading instantly. That's okay. Begin game. All right, I am starting near, not the ocean, but I'm starting near a navigable river, which is a fantastic addition. They're basically kind of like oceans, but in river form. And you can have ships or land units travel on these, so that's fun. We've got some floodplains. I like the floodplains very much. I'm going to go to this lens here and look at the settler view. Because I might move to settle. Like, I don't know I want to build on the floodplains itself. Floodplains can be really good because you get extra yields when there's a flood. But of course, you know, it'll damage your district potentially. There's gold. Oh, this is going to be the most amazing economic game. We're going to use that gold to make so much money. I don't see any other resources. I quite like the idea of moving onto this desert, flat desert here, and just building our capital right here. We can still get the wine. We can get the iron, which is good for military. Gold is going to make building, buying buildings cheaper. The whole thing with this civ is you wanna buy stuff. So I'm gonna move 1, and then we're gonna build our settlement. Aksum. Excellent, excellent. First choice is scout or warrior. You get to choose. And I always like the scout to, you really need to get that scouting going. So yeah, I think this will be an excellent choice. And yeah, that's the first turn. Got 200 gold. Can't buy anything yet, but we might be able to soon. Oh, but I should buy stuff once I get the gold, because the gold will make buying things cheaper. Alright, we got our scout. You'll notice we are in a our capital is in a really interesting location. It is super defensible. Like, it's got all these rivers, and enemy units, any unit, if they end next to a river without a bridge, it consumes their full turn. So our capital is basically invulnerable to attack. Units also suffer a penalty when they're on the river to combat, so we have an ultra-fortified capital. I like that. I like that very much. Lots of desert, which is good for our civ. And scout. Now, let's just first, before we do anything else, let's just look at how beautiful this game looks. I'm going to move the scout this way. So I'm going to move 1 here. So let's admire, first of all, this scout with the 3 doggos. How incredible is that? It costs, I'm sure it costs like $1 million to animate this scout and the 3 doggos, but it's totally worth it. And then we have this palace, looks beautiful. You hold down Alt, you can move the camera around and just admire the landscape. Look at these statues, right? They're different statues. There's a sword or shield, and then I can't tell what the other statues are. There's clearly more detail, but my only complaint, well, maybe not only complaint, but one of my complaints about this game is why can't I zoom in more? I want to like get up close and look at the details here, because this palace looks so incredibly beautiful. But we're gonna move our scout. Ooh, look, sheep. We built on our original location. We could have gotten the sheep. Now we don't get the sheep. That's okay. That is okay. I think I see the ocean right along that edge there. We've researched our first tech is agriculture. You always start with that. It's always one turn. We have a lot of mines. I also think sailing could be really good because it's archipelago map. But I don't think it's quite time to get sailing. We want the iron and we want the gold right away. So we want a building that combos with that. A brickyard, I think, will be the way to go. So we're going to research pottery. It gives +1 food on plantations. We don't have any of those. +1 production on clay pits. Don't have any of those. But the brickyard will give us +1 production on clay pits, mines, and quarries, which we're going to get. The gold and the iron are going to be mines. One other thing to note is that if it's when you choose text, if it's a plus, you just get that effect like right away without needing to build or change anything. So pluses are real good. Okay, let's get another scout going. Okay, we can grow our city. I obviously want to show everyone the chickens. So, and we need to get towards the iron and gold. So I'm gonna expand on this river here. And we do indeed see the coast. So let's look. This farm is on a river. It's got a chicken over there and then 2 chickens. This costs another $1 million, I'm sure, to animate these beautiful chickens. My only complaint is you can't zoom in, really gaze upon the chickens in wonder. And of course there's crops and rivers and all that, but really the chickens, oh, so incredible. Gotta do a 360-degree view of the chickens here. They're just chickening away. How incredible is that? Okay, our scout. What are we gonna do with this scout? I want to explore towards the sheep, so I'm gonna land here on the flat plains. I'm gonna use this ability called Search, increase sight range by 1, and reveal all discoveries, which are basically goodie huts. And I see a goodie hut over here, a tent camp. And I see 2 more to the left and 1 to the right. But that one's a coastal one, and you need sailing to do that. I might research sailing after the pottery. But yeah, this looks good to me. Wow. Capitals in just the most intriguing location. I still don't quite understand how there could be a desert with all this water here. How unusual. Okay, we got our scout. I'm gonna move on to this tent camp. These are goodie huts, and there's a variety of the different ones compared to the previous games, which is always the same thing. You see a bunch of tents, right? And oh, look at these sheep. So many sheep. Oh, how incredible is that? Not enough people admire the art in this game. I can only imagine what this looks like on an OLED monitor. I really need to get one of those at some point. I'm sure it'll look so beautiful. It's just words cannot describe the incredibleness of these sheep. Okay, we're on the tent camp, and these goodie huts now all give you 2 choices, which is just an objective improvement over the past. Choices are good. I like to see this more like Against the Storm style. Okay, we can hire the artisans, which will let us get a little more production towards our scout, which is always nice. Plus 50 happiness towards the celebration, which is also extremely nice. Or have the artisans teach their skills so we can get chiefdoms sooner. Ooh, I do quite like the idea of getting chieftains sooner to unlock our first policy slot. I think I'll go for the culture here. Yeah, have the artisans teach their skill. Celebrations don't do much right now, but that culture will get us, well, more culture. Okay, I'm gonna move our scout to the left. And then we're gonna go ahead and work on getting these other goodie huts. There's one down there. Yeah, we have to cross the river. I could get this luxurious encampment first. It's not a bad idea. Wow, this land has so many rivers. Never seen a map generated quite like this before. Yeah, I should really get the tent camp and then I can come back towards the other one. Okay. Our city has grown. So I want the gold now. We get more gold from getting resources. That's the whole power of our civ. So these resources, there are different types of resources. Some you can assign to cities, but others like gold is just an empire-wide resource. So I just get plus 20% gold towards purchasing buildings. What that means is buildings are cheaper to buy. Plus, you really want resources as this civ, because you get extra gold for it. I'm gonna move the scout here. Ooh, pearls and camels. I love it. Do the scan. There's another coastal edifice, so we really do want the sailing after pottery. Okay. Camels would be nice. What we really need is our capital to grow super quick. So I could buy a granary. Yes, perhaps, wow, there are a gazillion videos to teach you how to actually play this game and all the new mechanics and yada yada. I don't have the patience to explain all that. Suffice to say, there are no builders, and when the city grows, you just get a territory, kind of like in Age of Wonders 4, which I did a video on. So it's great, right? Like, you can see this little farm, and then we got the mine, the gold mine here. Gold mine not nearly as exciting as the chicken farm. And then if I were to buy a granary and put it on top of the farm, I actually get that worker back. I can put them anywhere else I want. So, rivers, we can get. I want a building called a fishing quay eventually. That will be necessary for our city. The other thing to note is all these floodplains. So there's a chance for a flood, which will, it could damage units on the tile, on the hex rather, and it can. What else does it do? It could potentially damage buildings, but it will also increase the yields of a rural worker. Oh man, this would be such a good map for Egypt. I'm just thinking. Oh, unfortunate that we're not Egypt. So I want to prioritize on floodplains like having rural workers, if at all possible. The yields can get pretty insane. And on the other buildings, I want to build like actual districts and urban buildings. So this flat plains here is a good site for a granary. Yeah. Camos and wine. I want to also assign resources to my capital. And I eventually want that fishing quay, which is pretty important. Maybe I build a granary here, and I try to expand over here next, so I can get the coast, and I can build a fishing quay like here or something. That means I need two rural districts, but we can work with that. I could also build a granary here on this river. Oh, I quite like that idea. Build it here, and then I could build another building here, and then build a fishing quay. Okay, quite like that idea. So the whole thing about my civ is, oh no, I don't want to build a granary. I got money. I got the gold to buff the granary's production, or the cost, reduce the cost. So I'm gonna just buy it right away. And now I'm getting 2 food extra. My city is size 4. And once you get to size 5, you can build settlers. which will be phenomenal for us. We want to settle and get resources in slotted right away to make more money. Okay, so do I need another scout? This being archipelago, maybe not. 3 scouts is certainly good, but just in case there are some enemies nearby, getting a warrior to start, I think, is a good choice. Alright, let's get this tent camp. Ooh. Soldiers have just been here. Their campfires are still warm, and there are supplies packed in anticipation for their return. However, just now, all is still in quiet. We get 75 happiness towards the next celebration, or 75 gold. I actually feel like gold is fairly easy to get, as powerful as it would be to buy settlers and so forth. Happiness is a lot harder to get. You do want happiness, so I will demolish the camp and erect barrier. Get the celebration. Also, I completely forgot about my attribute points. I just realized that now. I have an economic attribute point, +1 gold per age on the palace and city hall. You get these attribute points from various things, like as time goes on, as you build wonders. Certain events give you attribute points, and they're just an empire-wide buff. So I missed out on a little gold. How many turns has it been? 7 turns. So I missed out on 7 gold. Whoops. It's okay. Not a big deal. Completely forgot about the attribute points. Would have been nice for the game to remind me, but whatever. Got too excited. Alright, our scout. When you end your turn on a goodie hut, you always spend all your movement. So I might as well do the scout. See if we see anything else here. Not really. Well, our other scout should go to the right. See what else is over there. And a lot of elephants. Elephants make it easier to build wonders in the desert. And that's good. We really like the desert and plains. There's some more desert to the left. Could go on the navigable river, but I think I'll wait for sailing to do that. Let's go to the right. Okay, our scout's gonna land on this luxurious encampment. Beloved prophet has been exposed as a charlatan by followers who claim they were bled of all their wealth. They don't care about the money, they say only justice. We can bring the charlatan to justice and take 75 damage, which we can take. 100 gold, that's a lot. Or leave justice to the gods, which is only 50 happiness as opposed to 75. I will take the gold here, that just seems better. The charlatan is hauled away in chains while his former followers consider their folly. And we might be able to use that gold to buy like our settler or something. Okay, oh, this is the edge here. So we're probably gonna use our scout to do the scan. Okay, we got a new civic. We finished our research. A lot of good choices here. Mysticism to give you a pantheon. Discipline to give you this thing called an army commander, which is great. We have every civ has unique civics. I've never played with Aksum before, but their first research would give you Parry plus of the Ifridian Sea. You can build at Hawit and a great stele, which this civ gets a bonus to building, and +1 resource capacity in settlements on coastal and navigable rivers. So we really want to build our settlements like next to navigable rivers or coasts. Good to know. It's an area over there. Let's use our scouts first. Do a little scanning. Discover another continent. Okay, so these islands, these tiny islands, are technically on another continent. How interesting. And this flat plains over here could make a great fishing village. There's literally a fish. Gypsum could be a nice source of production. If I build it here, I could get the sheep, but I wouldn't get the pearls, and I would be on the. I'd be using up the floodplain. This could be a great site for a city, or maybe a little town to support our city. Our other scout, I'm not worried about the hit points. I'm just gonna move you and do a little scan. What do we see? Nothing. I think I'll start heading back north. I do see a wreckage and campfires and caves. So once we get sailing, which is we're gonna do right after pottery, we can sail over here and get some of these other goodie huts. Get these two. Maybe I do build another. Scout soon. You can get these coastal edifices. Okay, research. This is interesting. I want a research that gives me more culture, so I can research quicker. I do quite like mysticism. Discipline. It doesn't seem like there's any hostile tribes nearby that I need to worry about. So Hawilt, though, gives me culture. That's a big deal. It'll help me research quicker. I'm also gonna... I don't know. Oh, yeah. We have a choice of government. Each government gets a set of choices during a celebration. So, what do we want? Wonders. I don't know how many I'll be constructing. Despotism. I don't think I would need to do the production towards training infantry units, because I would always just buy my infantry with the amount of gold I'm gonna get. I'm just gonna buy units. Don't need to hard build that many of them. Oligarchy is always good. Both choices are just very strong. I feel like this is like, it's hard to beat oligarchy as a default. But Classical Republic, even if you're not building wonders, you get that culture, and culture is nice. It's very nice to have some culture. But I have a specific strategy in mind. Let me see what are the Aksum unique civics. So, okay, it doesn't give them more settlements. But that's fine. Ooh, altar and monument gain +1 culture adjacency with Hawilt. Interesting. A lot of the research for this civ seems to give more culture. May this please the people +2 culture on resources on or adjacent to the coast. Oh, it has to be on or adjacent to the coast. I get 1, 1. I mean, there's a good number. There's quite a good number. Huh. I'm gonna research our unique civ, so unique civic, so that I can start building those Hawilts, which should give a lot more culture. Plus resource capacity will be good. Like, we're gonna get resources, don't worry. Don't worry about that. Oligarchy, though, just to get that extra food to grow a little quicker. And producing buildings doesn't matter that much. On the other hand, it might be very low on science and culture. Classical Republic could get us through the culture tree quicker. Some really good stuff in the culture tree. You know what? I think I'll do a Classical Republic here. Wonders is one of the few things you can't buy with gold. And infantry and buildings, we can just buy those. And cultures, like, will unlock all our special power. I'm gonna do Classical Republic. And then we're gonna get Charismatic Leader to really get that culture, get our stuff researched quicker. Now 17 turns. Excellent. Charismatic Leader gives +2 culture on the palace. Get a little more there. And we are 16 turns until the next celebration. Good.
All are made of clay.
Okay, we built our brickyard, or researched our pottery. So we don't have any clay pits or plantations, but we could build a brickyard. And I am going to research sailing right away. We just need that. Okay, what are we going to do in our capital? Let's save up gold to buy a settler, but it's cheaper to buy like a brickyard. However, I don't really want to build more warriors or scouts just yet. And a brickyard on the granary will make this a district. Districts being a hex that has 2 buildings. You can now put 2 buildings in any hex. First of all, let's just take a moment to admire the granary right here next to all these other buildings in the urban district. So having a brickyard would give us 1 science, 1 culture. That's a lot for right now, completing this district. I like that. And then when the city grows, we can grab this flat desert. Oh, this flat desert plus 2 food. And then we can get the pearls. The only problem with this strategy is I did talk about wanting to build a fishing quay. And you have to build that on adjacent to a urban district. Like, I want the fishing quay here, or here, or here. But we're gonna be able to build and buy more buildings. I don't need the fishing quay, like, right this second. I don't need it right this second. So I'll put the brickyard down next to the granary, get the science and the culture going. I'll move the warrior to scout to the left. The scout will go as well. Oh, found another continent, South America. A lot of continents here. Okay, save up our gold. Probably gonna buy a settler. Met a new civilization, Napoleon. Wonder where's he from? Oh, near that scout. Reveals the capital of either, neither if nearby. If we do a friendly greeting, your capital will be revealed. I'm not so worried about that. I like the idea of being a little friendly with some of our nearby civs. I'll do a friendly greeting. We want to do trading. And then we can do a thing called an endeavor. But before I do that, I'm just gonna scout a bit more. He must be over here on the South American continent, is my guess. Okay. And then our warrior can scout as well. Okay, we have 195 money. We're gonna make more. Let's talk to Napoleon. These are... we have a shared government. That's a really good sign. He met another civ. So we really need to be... oh, he's the Greeks. Leader of the Greeks. He's got a lot of influence. I want to try to make some... he's a... what is he? He's militaristic and cultural or something like that? How do I tell? So, diplomacy is a lot better in this game. You need a resource called influence, which we've been accumulating, and you can use that influence to do all sorts of diplomatic things. For example, I can propose an endeavor and do a little trading with Napoleon. It'll increase our relations, which I think is a good idea. Each leader also has a like and dislike. Napoleon likes the civilization with the highest culture per turn. That's not going to be us for a long time. Dislikes when other civilizations form alliances with each other. We shouldn't have that problem. Not anytime soon. So with Napoleon, we want to try to be friends with him, at least to start. So I could spend some of my influence to do an endeavor. Endeavor will There's two possibilities, well, three possibilities. He could reject it. I don't see him doing that, but it's possible. He could accept it, in which case I would get +4 gold per turn, he would get +2 gold per turn. But if he supports it by spending his own influence, we would both get +6 gold per turn, and it would massively increase our relationship. There's also military aid, which gives my units combat strength, but I don't need that right now. I do quite like the idea of getting some more gold right away, so I'll propose open markets to him. And he didn't support it, he just accepted it. But it will cause our relations to go up a little over time. And I'm making +4 gold a turn, which early game is a lot. Okay, and look at this scout right now. He's hurt. He only has the one doggo. But we're going to go on this navigable river. And he's got the little doggo with him on a canoe. Isn't that just the most incredible thing you've ever seen? Dog on a canoe. As a scout. Wow. I'm amazed. Okay, going left, we see more desert. Incense, another resource. Could be good. And then our city has grown, but I'm gonna use my scout first. Ooh. I'm gonna do another scan here. I'm trying to explore as much of the coast as possible. Okay. So our city has grown. I think I talked about wanting this chicken here so we can get to the pearls. Plus this will keep our city growing quickly. I like. Okay, and then what is that boat? Oh, is that where Napoleon came from? He actually came from the north. Not quite what I was expecting. Ooh, sitting on the western area. Look at all these juicy resources that you can slot into. See, I'm starting to think, say on the western area here would be amazing. So amazing. Oh, he's gonna get these coastal edifices potentially. But his scout's going the wrong way, so might still be able to get it. We can now start building settlers. Oh, the first one's only 200 gold to purchase. Yeah, I'm building the brickyard. I'm gonna just buy my first settler. Use the money, right? Use our money. And I'll decide where to build next turn. I bought that last turn? Maybe. Oh, his scouts landed. That's okay. Ooh, cotton here as well. I love cotton. Thinking if I here 1, 2 scout. Yeah. Okay. Let's think about where to build. City right here on this tropical location. We have access to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 resources, which is busted. These are all resources I can slot into a city. Each slot gives gold. And there's all sorts of floodplains nearby that can boost the yields. Yeah. Right there. That's too good. Okay, tropical. Oh, this is it's a mangrove, so it ate all my moves. Is that right? Because it's a wet mangrove? Huh. It's okay. It's all okay. Oh, right. What was that warning? Oh, we're friendly now. Excellent. Notice this Deity AI, how much they're producing, right? 28 culture. Pretty impressive. But we'll catch up. We'll catch up. Okay, after we get... I don't even know I want the pearls right away. I might want to get to the camos because then I can assign more resources to a city. I might actually need that. Okay, I was gonna use our scout to do the scan here. Our warrior... I recall you to to get the coastal edifices. Okay. I'm gonna move the scout to the middle of our little continent. So we got a little continent, a little land mass here on our archipelago. No city-states, no, they're called independent people. No other powers on this map. So yeah. Turns, look at how quick the turns go in this game, right? Like compared to the old Civ game. I feel like the turns really like move along here. Okay, there's a little landmass in the northwest, but nothing of actual interest. I love how all the units like animate moving simultaneously. There's no quick move in this game, but who needs quick move, right? Okay, choose production. I'm gonna get another settler going right away. We have a settlement limit, 1 of 3, but as soon as I want to try to get 3 settlements up as quick as possible to slot the resources in and then make that delicious gold. We found our first city, Longcheng Village. Oh, the AI has occupied it. A scout. So it's good to know scouts can block other civilian units. Okay, we want to head south to... Oh, these 2 goody huts are both taken, so that tells me there's another civ here, but might be able to grab that goody hut. This one on the western continent. And we have the 2 coastal edifices. Napoleon seems to be going the wrong way for those. Good. Oh, that's Charlemagne. That's a new civ, so we know where they are. He's getting attacked, probably by independent power. Charlemagne.
Ich bin Carolus. Charlemagne geheißen. Managu andere walden mit Swerdo. Ich aber walder durch Gottes Gnaden Sammerswerta.
Oh, I think we have an understanding. We both rule by the sword. We both have a fancy sword. Let's do a friendly greeting. We'll be friends with our neighbors and trade a lot during this age. And then we can destroy them the next age. Respond to diplomatic action. Oh, Napoleon, thank you for offering +6 culture. I'm going to support this. First of all, make friends with him, but +6 culture, like, that is 50% more culture for me, and I really want that culture. I love it. Thank you, Napoleon. We're going to be BFFs. Warrior, you just wait here. I'm going to put you to sleep until we get sailing. So now our scout can sail up the navigable river. How cute. I'll use this scout to go to the left. There's probably independent people here. It'd be good to meet them with our current scout, so I will leave you in this rough region. And then maybe I even build or buy another scout. We'll see. Okay. Yeah, I met another civilization, Xerxes. Oh, I know all about him. Before we do that, let's get our next city built. This is going to be so amazing. Adulis. I'm gonna... Trailing civics. Yeah, I know. Let's grow. What do we want first? Gypsum would improve construction. That seems good. Oh, I love cotton too. Gypsum, and then the fish. I think that's a way to go. And I'm gonna heal the scout a little bit so that if we come across another event, we could be all right. Resources, we're gonna slot the gypsum into capital. So resources in this game now, the way they work is there's like all these different types. There's empire-wide resources, There's some resources you can only send to a city, like the capital, like gypsum. And this one will give +2 production to the capital, +4 production to any other city, but we can only slot it into the capital because a duelist is technically what's called a town. You have to upgrade them to a city with gold. But towns are just, they count as a settlement, but they're really flexible, for lack of a better term. Like, I actually need to grow this city a bit more. The gypsum is, okay, I know what we're gonna do. I know what we're gonna do to get the growth up. We need to grow this city as aggressively as possible. Yeah. That's a floodplain. These are all floodplains. Oh, Napoleon started the cultural exchange. I don't like this reminder, like 1 turn later, because that happened last turn. Okay, what was I saying? Ah, yes, we need to grow a duelist to get all these resources. The fish would really help. But I think I might buy some buildings to like up the growth. Fishing koi, and we can get the dye and then the fish. But yeah, the gypsum is good too to get the settler out quicker. Okay, and then I wanted to keep this scout over here. The other one's healing, and then we have a new civ. So I happen to know all about this guy Xerxes. I suppose I should probably be friendly with him. For now. But I don't know I want to be friendly with him. He likes trading. And I like... But no, he likes it when he trades. He doesn't like it when I trade. So we're never gonna be friends. So maybe since we're gonna be enemies, I'll save my influence for something else. I'll just do a neutral greeting. Yeah, his agenda, if I recall correctly, is like Civilization with fewer trade routes than him. But I'm gonna do a lot of trade routes. So we're never gonna be friends. And Charlemagne here, he likes Civilization with the most celebrations. That's actually a little tricky for us to do, the celebrations. We're not exactly a super happiness-focused civ, but we could make something happen there. Like, that's at least more possible than Xerxes. AI all have massive advantages over us right now, but that's okay. Capito grew. This is, again, a bit of a tough choice. Kind of want to get towards the camels right away. I know the pearls are right there, but they only grant happiness. And yeah, we get a celebration, but that's not the most critical thing. Camels, so that we can slot as many resources into the capital as possible, would be good. But on the other hand, pearls just give me like 4 gold, plus when I slot it in, gives even more gold. And we do have resource slots in the capital available. So you know what? I will get the pearls. So now we're making 26 gold per turn. Excellent. Oh, we found our first city, independent people, to Champa. They are hostile towards us, and they have a galley. So this galley can attack our scout. We're gonna have to run our scout somewhere else. Champa. This is what was attacking Charlemagne. We could consider making friends with them. It might be a little hard to defend Champa from Charlemagne, though. Or we could just take the city out ourselves. We'll see. They're stuck on the other island anyway. Nothing to worry about in the short term. Trailing technology, I know. Our scout was attacked for 52 damage by these galleys. I don't like that. We're gonna go hide. go towards the coastal edifices. Okay, our scout's gonna go on the water next turn after sailing is done. Okay.
The fair breeze blew, the white foam flew, the furrow followed free. We were the first that ever burst into that silent sea.
Alright, diplomatic action. Yes, as I thought, Xerxes denounced us. He's gonna hate us and go to war with us eventually. I can't reject it. I don't have enough inkling, so I'll just accept the denunciation. As I thought. Might need to think about building a few units in a navy or some such to fend him off should he come for us. Research. I gotta get writing to get that library to get more tech. And then our warrior can start going towards the coastal edifices. This scout's gonna go get this wreckage and explore. I can build another scouting our capital anytime. I might want 2 scouts on the left, so I'm gonna do it like that. Okay, building the settler there. Can I buy? No, not yet.
To that place, all the ivory is brought.
Got a Hiwilt. +1 culture for each adjacent Hiwilt. +1 culture for each adjacent wonder. Something to think about. Narrative choice. A passing likeness. Attendant's chair as the veil falls away from enormous portrait. This is a brilliant likeness of you, an august advisor exalts. A celebration of your generosity in the leading style. The smile seems more an uncanny leer, but no one else seems unsettled by it. You can hang this portrait in a place of honor. I do like the culture. You can destroy the insult or pay to have it redone. +1 culture on palace, but -25 gold. Which will, in the very long run, pay off. I'm not sure. You don't have to decide those events right away. I can wait a little bit. +1 gold. Quarters coast. Port of nations. Not doing that. Oh, Book of the Himyartes. +2 culture on resources on or adjacent to the coast. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Like, this would buff our culture by such a absurd amount. I know I'm delaying some of the very basic stuff like discipline and mysticism, but being able to get like that would basically double our culture, and then all the other stuff will be easy enough to research. I think we have to get this Book of the Himyartes right away and do everything in our power to get that. We have a celebration, Classical Republic. Let's do the +20% culture because we're not going to build any wonders anytime soon. And then every time you do a celebration, you can get an extra social policy. We only have tool making right now, so I'll put the production and science on the palace. +2 culture on the palace as well. We could build the Great Stele. We do get a bonus to building it, but I think the AI is probably going to get it quicker than us, and it's okay. It's okay for the AI to get that. Not so worried about it. Resource assignment available. Yep. Yep. Another leader started a sanction. That's okay. Oh, the goody hut went away. Xerxes must have gotten it. How rude. Oh, there could be more goody huts there. But I might also want to find Xerxes. Scout can heal. Warrior can scout 1 and then get that coastal edifice. This tile becomes a pearl resource, right? Oh, no, it doesn't matter. So our capital can't actually get the pearl. Your capitals can go 3 out, just like in the previous 2 civs. Can't remember how Civ 4 worked. I played like all the civs, and well, that's not true. I didn't play Civ 1, but I played all the other ones. So you would think I could remember some of these things, but Civ 4 was by far like the most polished and balanced at launch. But it was because I think they had like some of the top Civ 3 players like help them with the testing and the design. So it was like super polished and balanced, but I don't know. People like don't... everybody disagrees on which Civ is the best. Whatever. Whatever. Alright, Pearl Divers have made a stretch. I think I prefer the money. I could build a fishing town here just to get the fish and then eventually the pearls, but 50 gold now I think is a lot more valuable than pearls eventually. So I'll take the 50 gold. That lets me buy stuff. I think I was gonna get the dye and then the fish. Let's buy a fishing koi. Being a duelist. Anything to get you growing faster. Okay. So 3 turns, we get the dyes and then the fish. Everything's gonna be amazing. Do I pay to have the picture redone on the palace? It's not an immediate buff, but over 16 turns, like every turn we can get to the Himyatis quicker is better, because Himyati is going to be so amazing. But the +1 culture on the palace I think is good in the long run. 25 gold is nothing. We're making 26 gold already. Even the Deity AI can't keep up with this economy. I'm going to pay to have it redone. Get +1 culture in. I think it'll pay off in the long run. Okay, it did shave a turn off. That's what matters. Got another diplomatic action. Oh, Charlemagne, you want to give me more research? I am supporting that. Plus, I want to have some friends. So now our research is actually going to progress. It's like basically plus 50% research. Oh, did the other coastal edifice get explored already? I think it's gone. Yeah. Oh, it happens. It's hard. It's hard to beat the Deity AI. Mangroves. You never know. There could be more things down there. Gotta find Xerxes because I'm very worried about him attacking us. Where to build our next city? Obviously, we want to build it on the coast or a navigable river, and I want as many resources as possible. And I want to avoid the floodplains if possible, but it's not absolutely critical. These are some lands that are good for a fishing village, maybe? Settlement right here would give us gypsum and fish that I can slot into cities. Iron elephants are always nice. City over here does not have a navigable river, I don't think. So I would have to build it like here. Oh no, I can't because it's too close to that independent city. I'd have to destroy them. Which we might destroy that independent city. When do I get a... Okay, no, I do get the Dow, my unique naval unit. That's good. That is good. I think I'm gonna crank out another wave of scouts to find our allies, not settlers. To find our other civs and start trading with them. I'll recall the warrior. I think right here on this flat tropical terrain will be the best choice. Yeah. Some of these rivers are getting a little flooded, which is actually great because they'll increase their yields. Yeah, maybe 2 more scouts, honestly. We can go there, and then we can go down. I want to try to find Charlemagne and Napoleon's capital so we can trade with them. Not sure where to put our warrior yet. Heal this scout a little bit. Don't quite have enough gold to buy anything. Okay, our town Adulis has grown. Get some more dyes to get some more happiness in the capital. Why not? Gives us more food. We can get the fish soon. Plus, we're getting more gold from all of this. Oh, Napoleon built a city kind of northwest of where we are. He's got 3 cities as well. Xerxes has 2. Charlemagne has just the 1. Settled too close to another civilization's capital. Okay, so they settled a little too close to us, and it caused a little unhappiness, but that's okay. We can fix that. The wilt, I don't know. This is only good if you build it next to an adjacent wilt. An adjacent wonder. So we want to build it kind of on the floodplains, like over here. I might have to build my fishing quay on top of this navigable river that's a floodplain. We have plenty of other floodplains. Just I don't see me getting out there too quickly. Also need to save up money to buy a library. Which is quite important. I think I'll just get another scout. Whoops. So this one, we're gonna try to find Napoleon's capital. The scout, we'll see if there's anything here. Not really. Open markets has completed. Oh, that's the warrior. Oops. Napoleon. We did gain 60 influence from the fact that he settled too close to us. That's good. And losing that instance is not a big deal. We could actually build a city here. That would be super annoying. Might. Gotta expand towards those camels. So I think I might end up having to build a fishing quay here. Yeah. I absolutely need those camels in the capital. Absolutely. Napoleon has a limit of cities, but you can go over it. It just makes your cities a little more unhappy for a little bit. Okay, we gotta find a good place to pause the episode. I know he came from this way. Not sure what's a good stopping point exactly. Maybe this could be a good stopping point because we got a new city. Getting the fish would be amazing for growth, so we're gonna expand onto the gypsum. And then we're gonna potentially consider buying a fishing quay here as well. Grow the city. And then get that fish. More resources for the capital. More gold. I'll end turn and end the first episode on the new turn. Oh, look at that brickyard. You can see the fires go. How incredible is all that? Oh, and look at this chicken. I guess I'll call this out in the next episode, but you got 2 chickens here and another one here, and it's a completely different style farm than the previous one. Isn't that, like, amazing? That's why this costs $1 million to animate. Like, these are not cheap animations. Fishing boat, comparatively slightly more disappointing. Not quite as exciting as a chicken farm. The gypsum mine is kind of interesting. And our new city, the city hall, looks beautiful. Fishing koi looks beautiful. Does really look like a fishery, doesn't it? Okay, we'll do 1. Ooh, should I do open markets with someone? Maybe with Napoleon. But I also like the idea of befriending these independents. We're good on the gold. Like, getting a little more gold is not that big of a deal for me right now. It's mostly, I would do that to increase our relations. Wait, why can't I build my, Tier 2 Aksum unique naval unit? I might need that fishing koi to be able to build it. No suitable location, yeah. Okay. And then Adulis has, why can't you build it? You probably just don't have enough money. Okay, we'll do one more turn. I'm not gonna do any endeavors right now. And then this will be a good place to pause at the beginning of this turn. Thank you for watching. Until next time.